I've got the perfect idea. Business majors. Now, before we start this video, I just want to say, why the hell are you wearing a mask? First of all, it's negative 25 degrees Celsius outside. It's cold as hell. My nuts are freezing off. It's fucking cold. Second off, apparently using acidic properties to burn away pimples is good if it's first a doctor looks at it and prescribes you with the right medication, and second, if you don't use it on a whole surface area and just on the pimple. I didn't realize that I had to use it on just the pimple, so I used it on my whole face. Now my face looks like it's burnt. I've got like a red scarring around here, so that's why I'm wearing a mask, to hide my hideous, ugly appearance to all of you absolutely beautiful human beings. But yeah, that's why I'm doing this, so hopefully it doesn't deter away from the video. But today we're going to be talking about business majors. Everybody loves business. Hates business majors. Those guys, I can't believe them. They're completely useless to society. Most of the time they're just frat boys coming into school and going, well, actually, I can't choose a major myself, so they default to business. Business is kind of like the default standard. You know, when you're trying to pick a character in Smash Bros or something, you'll obviously default to Mario if you haven't played it before. You know, he's safe character, all around lovely, good time, all around a good thing. Unfortunately for the rest of society, business majors are kind of clowned on for the absolute stupidity that they proceed to the world. Most of the time they're clowned on for one reason. They don't really learn stuff, and the stuff they learn isn't actually applicable to the real world. And the fact that you don't technically need to go to school to start a business. I mean, look at all these entrepreneurs and everyone who's making multi-billion-dollar industries. Most of them, or some of them at least, didn't go to school, and they claim that. A lot of people will claim that, being like, well, these guys made 4.6 billion and they didn't have to go to school, so neither are you, so why the hell are you studying business? You know what? To a certain extent, I kind of agree. I'm taking business right now myself, and I'm thinking of dropping out to go into engineering or something, but the stuff I'm being taught is so useless and so obvious that you're kind of wondering, why am I paying $500 for this? It's nuts. And I'm gonna give you some examples. I'm taking an intro to management. The teacher's very nice, you know, learning a bunch of other stuff. It's kind of interesting for the first part. But as I got into the semester, you start to realize a lot of the things that you're learning are pretty obvious. Like, hey, did you know if you want to keep employees happy, you should pay them a living salary, am I right? Take notes on that, please. And that's gonna be on the test, by the way. Thank goodness that test was open book. Like, my midterms came up, and I absolutely aced them. I'm impressive, as you know. Always scoring at the top of my class, a nice 50%. But a lot of it was just basic information that you know. Yeah, pay your employees right. You want to motivate them with either money, time off, vacation. Make sure your employees are always happy, but make sure they're also doing the right tasks. Make sure that it's task-oriented. Make sure you don't have the wrong person doing the wrong thing at the wrong time. Make sure you have the right person doing the right thing at the right time. You see what I mean? And that's most of the classes. Another one is organized behavior that I'm taking. And I don't mean to dunk on any of the teachers. The teachers I've had are absolutely beautiful, except for my accounting teacher. I'm sorry. Like, you're good at accounting. I get that, but I don't understand. You can't teach it in a good way that can make me learn. So it's kind of hard. I blame myself though. But in organized behavior, what we're learning about is the behavior of people, the emotions, and why people do what they do. An interesting class, but for a business perspective, sure. Like, yeah, if you give people more money, they'll be more willing to want to work for you. And if you make the environment around you more friendly and welcoming, they'll be more friendly and welcoming to other people as well. Did you know that? Did you know as a business... Did you know as a business major that could happen? I didn't think so either. And I'm also taking an accounting class. Accounting's different. It's actually something you can applicably use in a business, and it's something very useful. Keeping track of your assets, your liabilities, if you have shareholders, shareholder equities, all of that actually does work wonders for a business, and it is something that you should take. It's a pretty nice class. And then the other one I have is human resources. Oh my goodness. These are only the 4 I'm going to be talking about because these are the only 4 courses that I've actually done. Can't comment on all of them, but the list of other subjects that I've had don't look very promising. They look like another layer on top of all this other BS. But HR is pretty much the same way. How would you take these how would you make a policy? How would you make a hiring process to try to get people to come to you? And then how would you employ safety measures to make sure you don't get sued? Basically, the whole course is, how can we not get sued? Imply safety measures. Like, you should keep your employees safe. Like, like, yeah, no shit, you should. And then the second one is like, okay, we need a hiring process. Why the hell does an HR manager have to do that? If you're already a manager, just do it yourself. It takes like not that long. You don't need to hire a separate person at a $200,000 a year salary or $150,000 a year salary just to do that. So HR is kind of useless. The only use it has, and this is a huge one, that's why it's still relevant, is because it is big. You shouldn't get rid of it. They first make sure you don't get sued. Second, it makes sure the employees are safe at work. Like, it really does. Like, if someone's bullying or harassing you or just picking on you, well, yeah, there's an HR representative for a reason, and it's good to have that. However, the position could also be done by another person, I feel, but then again, I haven't studied it, so it's kind of a weird area where is it useful? Is it useless? Could we just have an android being take over the mind of everyone to make sure that they're doing their job? I don't know. Someone else answer that for me. And that's why business majors get clowned on. People who study in engineering, I got a lot of friends who are studying to be like computer science and all that and engineering, and they like to clown on it because they're doing huge arithmetics, doing math for hours and hours, writing algorithms, trying to break down properties, doing physics, all that stuff, science. And here I am going, wow, you should treat your employees well, because that'll be good for the employees. Did you know that, by the way? Did you know that treating employees with a decency? I keep saying that because that's all I've been learning about this whole time. I did microeconomics, but that was a whole different thing. My teacher was actually refusing to let me into the class, which was terrible. So I asked for a refund. They gave it to me. So I'm out of that class. But what I got from microeconomics is something useful. You can graph stuff, you can calculate it, and you can basically measure supply and demand and how all that works. It's useful, but you don't just need to learn that as a business major. There are other majors that allow you to also learn that. So I don't know. So coming from a business major, I've got to say it is probably one of the most useless courses you could ever take. It'll supply you a good job. If you are a manager and you want to go up in the ranks, you're going to need a degree like this because, yeah, some of the courses like I talked about, like accounting and HR to a certain extent, do require you to kind of think in a business-like state, a business-like sort of mind. So for that, it is useful. But if you're just trying to get a business degree thinking you're going to be walking in like Patrick Bateman or whatever, or like the fucking guy from the Wolf of Wall Street or whatever, walking in going like, yeah, I've just made $4.6 trillion in an afternoon, smile at me, and all I had to do was pass 2 shitty courses in a high school. Like, no, absolutely not. You're gonna be stuck in a dead-end cubicle, and that's probably the best this job will ever get you. So anyway, that's gonna be my rant on business majors. If you guys want me to rant about any other majors or whatever, I'd be happy to, even though I have no clue any about them. I'll just spit some slander at their way. So anyway, that's gonna be it. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy, and I will see you all in another video or live stream. Goodbye.